Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Days Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
So
Here's to probably throwing up on the show.
Besides, we ate gummy worms before this, so it's probably gonna taste real bad. Not that bad, but
Yeah. I think it just gets easier every time, to be honest.
not enjoyable. I'm not gonna follow that person.
Got hit after?
It's disgusting.
Ugh.
So today's Monday. Yeah.
It does burn after.
That we will have a guest
Blech.
on Wednesday for you on Thursday. I didn't do a B now on last Wednesday.
So we get 2 buttholes today.
No, you just get one. But I need to pull it up first, real quick. So, give me a second. Fill the air for me.
Ugh. My stomach hurts. These gummy worms were a terrible decision. I haven't had anything to eat today except for a fucking shot of whiskey and gummy worms.
Nice.
So I'm not feeling too great right now. Very, very bad way to start off the week. My sleep schedule's fucked. I stopped working out last week, and it fucked with my schedule. So I need to keep working out to get back to sleep on time.
Today's B now is, or if you want to be in the know, same thing. When you blush, the inside of your stomach also turns red.
Great. That's why I feel like I'm blushing right now.
So when you get nervous and your cheeks get all red and...
Speaking of being nervous, do you want to wipe your forehead, Greaseball McGee?
It's not sweat, it's water
Sure.
from the shower still.
The shower you took
That's besides the
45
point.
minutes ago?
Today we're drinking Kona Island Seltzer. I don't think it's from Kona Brewing Company because the logos aren't there. It's not the same logos or anything, and it doesn't say anything affiliated. But
I bet you it is, though. It's got the flowery design, the floral design, rather.
okay, well, I mean, if you look at the big wave bottle, it looks completely different.
Not completely.
What flavor would you like to start with? There's fruit punch,
Oh, let's do fruit punch.
orange guava, of lime, and strawberry guava.
Sticking to fruit punch.
Boring.
Oh.
So how was your weekend?
These shots, man. My dumbass ate a bunch of gummy worms
Because you wanted gummy worms.
on an empty stomach. Because I like gummy worms. They're a good treat. And it's almost Halloween, so I can get some
You
cavities.
got sour gummy worms too. You need to get like
No, you gotta get sour gummy worms.
you got to get the gummy worms that aren't coated in the sugar.
You gotta get sour gummy worms.
So it's just like pure gummy candy,
No, those are the worst.
and you slurp on them.
No, those are bad.
No. We also have kind of spooky. I want to decorate for
Josh
Halloween.
is getting into interior design in case the podcast doesn't work out.
It looks like shit, but I want to just before Halloween episode. It's gonna be better.
Super spooky.
3 spooky, 5 me.
Damn.
So your weekend.
Nothing happened Saturday, and then I watched football on Sunday.
Nice.
We watched
Borat for the first time.
Borat for the first time. That
I've
movie
seen
is
it
fucking a culture shock for sure.
I watched Borat at the ripe young age of 10.
At the ripe old age.
When it came out, when I was 10 years old, 2006. It did come out in 2006, not 2004. I was wrong. And it's a great movie. I think it's why I was laughing at like every single line, every joke, and our friends.
Everyone else was like, "Ooh."
They were getting massive secondhand embarrassment
Ooh.
and just cringing the whole time. And I'm just.
It was a lot of cringe, and he was laughing his dick off the entire time.
The whole fucking movie. And I love that movie. I watched it with my brother, and he still quotes it sometimes. We just go like, "Very nice."
I do that too. Like I understand that the very nice. Like I like that.
This is my wife. He said that. He says that all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I get that. I think one thing I've learned is I remember watching a movie called it's like a parody movie. It's like Meet the Spartans, but it was like based around Friday Night Lights. I've got the name of it. But essentially, I remember watching it, and it wasn't funny at all. Cheers. Here's to good movies. Pass. Nope.
Strawberry's good.
Super bad.
I like it.
Ugh.
It's
This with gummy worms and fucking whiskey, bro. This has been This is the 7-car pileup of alcoholic drinks right now.
I'm having a good time. Give me a gummy worm. I'll put one in here.
All right.
Infuse it.
What was I saying though?
The Friday Night Lights.
There was
parody.
a Friday Night Lights parody movie.
I think I've seen it.
And let me put it in.
It's fucking gay,
Ooh.
dude.
It was a Friday Night Lights parody movie, and basically, I remember walking home from the movie and being like, that movie was not funny at all. I didn't laugh at all of any of it because I'd seen the movie Meet the Spartans, and I remember thinking that was hilarious as a kid.
Yep.
And then I wanted to see another parody movie, and it was just not funny. And then I got to school, and everyone at school loved it, and they started telling jokes about it. And I was like fortunate enough to have seen the movie to where I could tell the jokes too and get the jokes. And that was just as important as seeing the movie itself, because even though I didn't think it was funny, when my friends said the jokes at school, it was actually funnier because there was that mutual understanding of the very nice kind of thing. Like, so it almost, even though I didn't think the movie was funny, like,
what breed of dog is this? That's a tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a dog.
But it's stuff like that it actually keeps the door open for you to get the reference, and that seemed to be really important for me.
Was the football parody movie about the Eagles?
I don't know. I think it was about like radio, or it had like radio, Bobby Boucher all kind of mixed into it.
Because I feel
the biggest joke from it was he's like, oh shit, he knows my playbook, and he closes and he shuts down Madden. he turns off Madden.
That's funny.
And it was like the funniest joke from the whole thing, but like that was like the joke that I knew.
I feel like there's 2 football movies about the Eagles.
There's a ton of movies about the Eagles,
But like there's one and then there's a parody of it. I don't like remember a whole lot. I just think there's a parody movie about football and the Eagles.
The one about the Eagles, there's one that
Isn't
the guy's like
Remember
trying
the Titans?
out. Remember the Titans, a high school movie.
Oh.
High school football movie.
Isn't-
So it's
isn't
Friday Night
Friday Night
Lights.
Lights?
Yeah. But the one, I don't know what it was. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I'm sure if you just type in high school football parody movie.
That's not what you Google. You don't know how to Google.
How do I Google? What would be the steps for that? This tastes like chalk.
It kind of tastes like the Bud Light seltzer, but better.
Well, I'll wait until I get out of this tropical punch one, because the tropical punch one's not very good.
The strawberry one's great. Football parody movie. Can you turn off the air, please?
Mm-hmm.
The Comebacks?
That sounds right.
4.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's it. That's the one.
The Comebacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the guy. He's the head coach. He's in everything, and basically someone steals his playbook, but he goes, "Oh shit, they stole my playbook," and he turns off Madden, and it's like pretty funny. It's like the funniest joke in the whole movie. And I remember sitting in the movie the entire time, being like, "This is not funny. I don't like this movie."
Invincible with Mark Wahlberg is the Eagles movie.
Mm-hmm. That one's a really, really popular one.
Now, is there a parody of it? Nope. Oh, well. Fuck me, I guess.
Told you. How was your weekend?
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta was live this weekend for PC and cross-platform.
Did you stream
play?
any of it?
I don't fucking stream me playing video
I don't
games.
fucking stream. Streaming's gay.
Streaming's not gay, but I don't have the personality for it because I'm too quiet.
You are.
So I would just be sitting there in silence. I don't even
That's the weird thing.
I don't
too.
speak when I play video games. I just I play.
I was gonna say that's the weird thing too. Is like if you have like 1 or 2 people watching you, imagine feeling obligated to just entertain 2 people watching you the entire time. This is different, right? I mean, in the sense it's not live, but even then, it's like
Even if it's live, we would still just have our conversation.
yeah. But Twitch, like, it almost like demands you have to interact with the audience.
You don't have to. Like
Sure, but it's all for the audience. It's for people tuning in live.
you do it for yourself. Your audience is
Do
after
you?
the fact. The audience is more of a community when you get there. And big streamers always say, like, even if it says you have 0 viewers, like, you should still
Act like you have a few.
act like you have at least 5 and be like, you still interact, even though you're interacting with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will come in when you have 0 and it doesn't update automatically. You don't know if someone's there.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to just sit in there and be like,
Just
well,
a creepy silent dude.
I
playing
got
video
no
game.
one watching. What's the fucking point?
Mhm.
It's not the like mindset to have if you're trying to do it.
Yeah, but it's also like it's one of those things. Like I feel like if you're trying to do it, it also immediately defeats the purpose of you doing it for yourself. Because if you want to do it, like we did this because we wanted to do it.
Yes.
But like I couldn't imagine being like.
I haven't paid a meme page to post ads for it yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're not like getting meme sponsors or anything on like Instagram for our Twitch channel. Like Twitch is a different realm entirely.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way it is.
It's real hard.
It's real hard.
Yeah, I mean, I've streamed definitely before. I streamed when I lived in North Hollywood, when I was editing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you live stream the video edits you were doing?
Yeah.
You should have told me. I would have watched those. Those have been cool.
You,
I like
you
watching
follow the account. You should get notifications.
I have all my notifications turned off, but
Well,
I like
fuck
watching
you.
people who do like production and mixing. I still watch those like every day. I watch that like cartoons, man. I watch them every day.
You streamed a little bit.
For like mixing and stuff. Yeah, I did. I like the idea of mixing. I like the idea of like a YouTube channel, but I'm not sure I could really do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's like the level you see other YouTubers at, and maybe I would, but like it just feels like it'd have to be a real grind. Like I wouldn't want to.
It can be.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want that though. I'd want something easy like this. Like this is fun, right?
Yeah.
And I love making music and production and mixing and everything, but I don't think I should be, doing a lot of the mixes I do for artists. I don't want to like just put out there before the song gets released, because that would just take away from it. So it's like maybe I could do reviews on mixes that I've done, but it's like I can't really release everything because I've got this thing right now with this artist. It's like 5 or 6 tracks, but I can't release any of it because it's not mine. I'm just the mix engineer.
Did you sign an NDA?
Yeah, no, but I'm not gonna.
You could post them if you wanted.
But I'm not gonna. Like that's just shitty.
It's an honor thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have clients if I just kept posting all their shit. Nobody would come to me.
I've been thinking that it's going to be impossible to get this gummy worm out.
It probably is. Does it add flavor or anything?
Yeah, it tastes better. You should try it.
At this point, right?
Might as well.
All right.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's not going to get any worse, I don't think.
But also with streaming and any sort of content creation, you may have like the mindset of like, I am not going to do anything with this, like, but after you do it for the first time, like everything for the first time is like you
sucks.
have
everything. I actually just
not
watched a TED Talk.
necessarily like your first time can be the greatest time ever. Like our first podcast was a train wreck.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So I mean, I always say your first time having sex is the worst time ever. It was pretty fun, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. 10 out of 10. Very nice.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, man.
Not all first times are bad.
Well,
like your first beer.
Let me say this because I just watched a TED Talk on this, and it's super super great and relevant. And I
there
hope
are emergency sirens going on.
I'm sure people can hear that.
I hope someone's dying.
But basically, I watched the TED Talk, and it was saying, like, they're called the normals or the normies or whatever. They had a term for it.
Filthy normie.
Yeah, people who are just normal, right? And it shows a picture of this guy holding this creepy ass porcelain doll, and it's like this is an inventor from whatever era or decade. Do you think he sold any of this porcelain doll?
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't sell shit. He actually almost bankrupted him and his family.
What a fucking loser.
With the porcelain doll that he tried inventing to get put on the shelves. And then it zooms out and it's like, but everyone loves Thomas Edison for inventing electricity.
He didn't invent electricity.
Sure, but he's the one who like founded it or whatever.
Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity.
What did I say?
Thomas Edison.
Okay, whoever is the one
Thomas Edison marketed it.
Whoever's the one who tried to create, whoever tried to get into the doll industry before the electric company, that dude. And basically what they said is that like
Barbie.
People who make it, people who are famous, like actors, artists, painters, any art form, radio show hosts, they kind of go through this thing where it's like, let's just go in and do it, and let's just throw shit at the wall. And they said,
see what sticks.
And they said even Beethoven, Mozart, and like Bach, they all had like 30 shitty songs, and then they just had the one masterpiece.
Yeah, they have a lot of like unheard symphonies.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they said, is they said what people don't realize is that a lot of people who get famous in Twitch streaming, a lot of people who get famous in just voice acting or acting in general, it's because they do everything. It's because they do every job, and every job's going to be bad. Yeah. Not every job's going to be bad, but every job's going to be like not the one, you know?
It's like when painters get famous after they die.
Exactly. And that pissed me off, bro. If I get famous after I die, that'd be a fucking waste of time.
You're just a pissed off ghost. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Like Van Gogh lived until the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild to think about, because when you think of Van Gogh, you think of like 1600s for some fucking reason.
For sure, yeah.
It's like, okay, well, he died in like 1980 something.
But new art's getting invented all the time. That does actually help the flavor of the fucking drink. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude?
That's not bad, yeah.
Gummy...
It just adds a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, gummy worms and beer.
Well, it's not beer, it's seltzer.
Seltzer, for sure. Okay, yeah. But like, it was really bad, and now it's tolerable.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
I like it either way.
I threw the yellow one in there too. I threw the nastiest looking.
I'm gonna try and get it out.
Oh, we got it.
No.
It's just. Oh, that's just your tongue. That's disgusting. Don't put your tongue in there.
I need a can opener.
We need one of those fucking.
Oh, my box cutter is somewhere else.
Oh, it's right there.
It's too far.
Is it?
Use the force.
Dude, do you think that's possible? So let me ask you this.
No. It's impossible. It will never happen at all.
Here's something I asked myself while meditating.
Oh god, here we go.
I wanna like try and unlock like a superpower, right?
It's not gonna happen.
I know, but here's I started pretty reasonably with the whole building the room thing.
Go on.
You sure, man? You want to talk about it?
No, I'm just getting my gummy worm. I'm listening. You trying to unlock?
You have an engineer's mindset, by the way. It's brilliant. For those who don't know, he just stabbed his key into his beer, and it opened the fuck out of that beer can. And I've worked with a bunch of engineers who are like, who are just crazy people. Yo, what if we did that? What if we did like a vodka gummy worm special?
People do that. Oh, I mean, yeah, we could do that. And like gummy worms.
Yeah.
Or gummy bears, rather.
Whatever, yeah. They get like super huge.
Yeah, because they swell up.
Anyway, so the superpower I'm trying... That sounds so fucking crazy. The superpower I'm trying to unlock today...
I can time travel, he can time jump, and now he's trying something new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to broaden my horizons, but I thought of like dreaming. And I was thinking to myself, like, wouldn't it be great if you could like unlock that part of your brain that is in control of the dream state, but while you're awake? Because I know you have to dream, you have to hit REM to dream and while sleeping. What if you can achieve that while meditating, and you could live a life as realistic as a dream, but just while meditating, just by focusing on it?
Well, I think at that point you wouldn't be meditating, you'd be sleeping.
Sure, but you see what I'm trying to say, though, right? It's like I'm taking something that is possible and saying, is it possible to just do this without sleeping?
No.
No?
It's a part of the sleep cycle.
But what about like lucid dreaming? Because that's people.
That is in
people
the sleep
unlock
cycle.
that ability.
You're still asleep while you do it. You can't lucid dream while you're awake. Because the whole thing.
Well, then maybe I just need to learn how to fall asleep really quickly while meditating, and then that would unlock the dream state for me, and it would be like I'm in like the dream state, and then I can come out of it when I want. That's essentially the goal.
So lucid dreaming.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
You want to learn how to lucid dream.
Like I said, man, I'm just throwing shit at the wall and whatever sticks. If I can learn it, I wouldn't care what you call it.
There are specific products to help people lucid dream. There's like
the mask
night
with the
masks
lights
that flash like red lights.
Yeah.
At a certain rhythm, and I guess there's
well,
also.
I think it's actually random, because when you do fall asleep, you'll see the red light flash and you'll be like, oh, I'm
I don't
sleeping.
know. I don't know how it works. There's also shouts out to an old Mr. Dupes video of a Kickstarter crap where it was like a cock ring. And so if you're a dude, you get boners in your sleep so you don't piss yourself. And
What?
yeah,
That's like the science behind it?
that's what I've discovered.
Either piss yourself or get hard?
It was really hard to pee with an erection.
It's not that hard. I do it a lot.
I have to think.
I like doing it.
I have to think. Okay, well,
You focus, you're like,
I have to think about it. Like it's not just
it's
and
not
pee.
just urine.
It's just there's a process. It's like got to go through different channels and
What channels?
it's a figure of speech.
All
Regardless, there's like a cock ring or something. I don't think it actually exists because it was a Kickstarter.
Why do they
crap.
call them cock rings if you have to wrap them around your balls?
Those are not cock rings then.
I'm buying the wrong products.
But it was like a magnetic like clasp that would connect to like the like I don't know. But as soon as you got hard, the magnetic clasp would break and it would like vibrate or something, and then it would trigger like, oh well,
I'm sleeping.
I'm now lucid dreaming because I recognize this pattern and okay,
I got a friend.
I'm conscious.
I got a friend. We should get her on here. She says she knows how to lucid dream real well.
Yeah, I mean you could train yourself too. So yeah, reach out to her.
All right.
That'd be an interesting conversation.
It would be, because if we could mend the two worlds of like
Time skipping and jumping.
yeah, but then also like what if you could also like control dreams in between that? Like, you don't think superpowers are possible to achieve at all?
No. The closest thing that we can get to superpowers
Is super intelligence?
no. CRISPR babies.
That's not superpowers.
It's the closest thing you'll
That's
possibly
just genetic
get.
engineering.
Yes, to get the best possible result, to get the strongest, smartest child.
Could you imagine that? You have like giving birth to a jock who's like 6'4", 250 and just lean as fuck, and he can't talk to girls because he's like so smart he's awkward.
Well, if you CRISPR them, then
He'd figure it out, yeah.
they would have all the correct personality traits.
Wouldn't that be kind of fucking immoral? Like giving your kid.
It 100% is immoral to use the CRISPR.
You think that?
Yes.
You don't think we should use CRISPR?
I'm okay with genetically modifying foods because that's different. If you genetically modify a baby, like rich people.
Well, that's essentially choosing that kid's fate. Like, what if he's like?
I mean, granted, they don't have to do like.
Sure, but like, let's just say it's like, oh, let's make him fucking 7 foot tall, and he'll be like athletic as fuck, and we want him to play basketball. And then he grows up and he's just like, I want to be a musician, and you're like, good luck, bitch. You're a giant.
7 feet
You're
tall
a freak.
Not
No.
realistic. You'll have knee problems. Aim shorter.
But that's my point. Is like someone's gonna be like 7 foot sounds good for basketball. Like that's the crazy thing too, is you're gonna have a lot of people who, even though it is accessible, they're gonna be like, you know, it'd be great. I want them to have my grandpa's sense of humor, so go back and get my grandpa's sense of humor, and then I want you know, my grandma's promiscuity, and then I want my fucking
Your grandma's a slut.
my grandma was a slut.
Shouts out to Alec's grandma.
She was a whore. She was in the new world, man. She didn't know how to make money. It's hard out here for a whore.
The original OnlyFans.
Yeah. Then it's like, I want him to have all these things, and like I want him to be like stocky and short, and he's gonna be like a warrior. I want him to join the military. What if your parents are like, I want him to be built for the military, and then it's just like, I come out and I'm like, I just want to be a musician, and then your dad just stops talking to you forever. Dad, call me back.
Your dad calls you more than you call him, okay?
Sure does.
So let's make that clear.
Yeah.
You're a bad kid.
Am I?
Yes. Your dad calls you more than you call him.
Doesn't make me a bad kid.
It's pretty sad.
It is sad. Doesn't make me a bad kid.
Call your dad more. Call him right after this. Be like, hey, Dad,
Nah,
how's
he's
it going?
doing fine.
How's it going?
I'll see him in Christmas.
How's the
I'll
mountain?
see him at Christmas. How's the cabin?
How's the mountain? How's your dog?
His dog's fat as fuck, and he locks him in a cage all day.
Murph.
I feel so bad for that dog.
What? Wasn't he supposed to be a hunting dog?
He was. Then my dad quit hunting.
Your dad quit hunting?
Yeah.
That's like every white person's nightmare.
Yeah. He didn't actually quit. I'm pretty sure
He just hasn't gone.
He just hasn't gone.
Mm.
It's like one of those things he used to take us going all the time, but now he's got not us, and like he doesn't go with his friends anymore. Like, it's weird. He stopped talking to all his friends, all that he used to go hunting with. So
Once
it's
you
like,
live at the top of a mountain, it'll change you.
well, yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, but that's the thing. He's living out in the place we always went hunting at. We always went to Tehachapi for hunting because people have farms out there. You can go hunt on those farms. And he moved out there, and
That doesn't sound fun.
And he doesn't hunt anymore. And it's like one of those things. Like, sure, you shouldn't hunt alone, but like he's got his cell phone, you know. So it's like
They'll just be on the phone at the same time. So hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
So I don't think there's any real like risk of like life-threatening.
As long as he's wearing high vis.
There's no life-threatening like dove hunting experience I've ever heard about.
I've never been hunting, but I would love to go.
Would you? We should go shooting for sure. First, I went shooting with
I like
Oscar,
shooting
bro.
guns.
Shooting is like literally one of the most fun things ever. Hunting's a little different, but we would go.
Yeah.
We'd go shooting. We'd go skeet shooting, and then we'd go.
Skeet's fun.
Skeet's awesome. Trap is the one that goes straight out. By the way, if you ever have someone say let's go trap shooting, call them a pussy and just call me, because I'll fight them. I was raised in a family who shot skeet.
And they're damn good at it.
And we're damn good at it. We get skeet everywhere.
Barden strong.
Barden strong, motherfucker. Yeah, the Bardens are really good at shooting skeet. As you could see by the 12 family members.
Trap just goes straight out.
Trap goes straight out. It goes up and out. It could go a little left, a little
that's
right.
boring.
Depends. Yeah.
Skeet just goes fucking across.
My dad always said it was the rich man's sport because it's like golf. You just kind of sit there and shoot straight. But skeet,
Skeet's kind of like
but skeet, you have to go across. It's like when you're shooting a bird, bro. They're not gonna go.
They're not flying straight.
They're not gonna fly straight towards you, or
Yeah.
they never do. It's always left. It's always left or right.
Yeah.
So skeet shooting is like how you train for bird hunting, and it's amazing because we would go there, and
They do use clay pigeons.
They do, yeah. They are called that. I was brought up around guns my whole life, so I'm always about like gun safety and proper etiquette. It's one of those things like I don't fuck around with.
Hold it down or hold it up.
Yeah, and
Only
it's like always unloaded. Always treat it like it is loaded.
Yep.
It's really one of those things. Like my dad, he gave me like 3 or 4 like tests as a kid. Like you gotta be qualified to hold the gun.
So you know all this information about gun safety and etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
You're confident about it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have your own gun, you know
Mhm.
it's unloaded, the fucking chamber is empty. There's like, would you hold it to your head
No,
as a joke?
no,
Not even.
never. And that's one of those things. It's one of those things like you can't do that. That's what the gun.
But you know it's 100% safe.
100% safe. But if you really want to do that for a joke, buy a prop gun.
Just an airsoft gun,
Yeah, sure.
like mine.
Airsoft gun, sure. But it's got to be a gun intended for that purpose, to where it's like no possibility of you ever being comfortable with putting a real gun to your head, because in the off chance that it is loaded, you will die.
But I mean, like if you handle it yourself and you know it's not loaded, and
we know people who have shot off limbs taking their guns out of their safes because they just forgot one day. So that's the thing, is like the fact that it can happen, that's why you don't treat it like a joke.
makes sense.
It's one of those things, like it really is life or death every time you have a gun in your hand. And it's like, it's one of the things you don't joke about. You don't joke about it, especially when it's like live, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, that's way different.
That's what I'm saying. Like if someone's threatening to, like, if someone's like, I'll fucking kill you, dude. Like, are you kidding me? It's like, oh, okay, basketball, whatever, this or that. If someone's got a gun in their hand, loaded or unloaded, and they're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
They can.
Different story.
Super easy.
Different story. You know what I'm saying?
Just point and shoot.
And it's one of those things, like,
It's effortless.
I remember taking the test. It's like, always treat any gun, real or fake, as if it's loaded. And I think that's a great strategy, because the best way to treat a gun is not by pointing it at somebody or yourself. And I've kind of come to terms with the prop guns, because I've worked on like films and stuff, and people need guns in their films.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's like, what I've seen the producers, they sit down, they're like, it's all plastic. They show the actors the gun. They're like, it's not even possible to hold rounds. There's no allowance. It's all CGI. They sit down with you and they say, this is okay because it's 100% fake, and they hand them the gun and they hold it in their hands, and they're ready to do what they need to do with it as an actor. That's a job requirement. But as a real gun or anything like that, if someone was like, let's pose for this picture, I'd be like, no. And I think like the part of me that like my dad taught me would be like, if I was around people doing that, I'd be like, we're not hanging out around guns again, ever. Because just the thought of like someone shooting themselves on accident, or it's just one of those things. Like I was taught at a young age, and I take it very seriously, and I think it was because I was taught at a young age.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like I don't think it's something people should take lightly, because I think, there's obviously a gun crisis in America. And I think if people were trained or taught more properly, it'd be a different relationship with firearms that we have today.
It's definitely easy to get one.
It is, but I think
that's also like the amendment right.
I don't know about that. I think for me it's one of those things like if it is easy to get one, that's fine.
They got ghost guns.
But make it mandatory to
you can like 3D print parts for them.
You can. And the US government determined it was legal. You could 3D print a gun. That's totally within your rights. It's not illegal to do that. Yep. The highest court in America decided that.
It's so weird.
But basically, I think it should be like a mandatory, like what my dad ran me through as a kid. Like I took like tests and a hunter safety course, and like there should be some sort of like mandatory like test or course that you have to take and pass before you can buy the gun. But it's like one of those things like,
well, there is a test that you have to take.
Yeah, but that's like for like mental stability. It's just like
no, there's an act like my dad and I want to get a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, in order to get one, you have to pass a test.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
it's a written test.
I'm talking like an in-person test. I've taken in-person test. No, like an instructor tells me this is how you handle the gun.
Oh, like an actual course.
An actual course. They train you.
Sure.
In how to handle a weapon.
Like 2-hour minimum requirement.
It was like 6, but yeah. But yeah, there's like it also depends on the weapon too. Like handguns would have a shorter course because they're more common. Shotguns would have a little bit longer, and then like anything like an assault or rifle would be the longest.
I mean, they're all the same, really.
They're not.
Give or take.
No, man, because they all have different functions.
Point, shoot, explosion.
See, but that's not how it works.
Bullet, go.
That's not how it works.
Shotgun.
And the fact that that's your perception on it is like kind of sad.
If it's bolt action.
Because that's a lot of people's perception on it, and it's just not wrong. It's not right. There's a lot more to it that I think people need to learn. And like I said, it's a relationship with weapons.
And I haven't had one. I've only shot a few. I've shot a handgun and a .22 lever action rifle. Mm-hmm. It's my favorite one. Mm-hmm. And some shotguns.
22s are beautiful. I started on a 22. My dad started me on a 22 bolt action. Yeah. The guns he says he's going to give me is the 22 and then the 12 gauge. 10 gauge? 20 gauge. 20 gauge shotgun. I'm an idiot. But, yeah, basically it's one of those things like 22's great because it's like a pellet gun.
Yeah. Super small round.
Yeah, there's no recoil. It's great.
Just fun to shoot.
Great gun to start shooting on. And then you work your way up to like handguns and then shotguns.
Going fucking straight in. Shotguns.
Shotguns are badass, but it's one of those things like the shotguns are for sure the most dangerous, I think, because the damage to
widespread.
Well, yeah, it depends. I mean, obviously it depends on your radius, but it's like it's got the biggest area of impact for sure, mm-hmm. and the closer, the more damage. So it's one of those things like you could be able to snipe someone with a bolt action rifle from like a mile away, sure, but it's also like the chances of you hitting it, not very likely. But when you get a shotgun, bro, anyone can point and click a shotgun.
You could snipe someone with a shotgun if you're using a slug.
Yeah, but it's not gonna really work out as a sniper.
No, unless you got the right like configuration,
It wouldn't work,
the
bro.
right barrel.
It wouldn't work.
You could do it though. It's possible.
You would need to modify that shotgun for the barrel to be as long as this room, if you want it to go the distance of a sniper.
Calculate for a drop.
But slugs are like wads, bro. So they're not gonna.
It's like a lead ball.
They're not. Yeah, they're not gonna. They're like cylinders. It's like imagine this can, except for this big. It's literally just a slug.
Dope.
But it's not gonna fly through the air. It's not aerodynamic like a rifle round, which is why they're not similar.
All my knowledge comes from Call of Duty, man.
And that's terrible. That's super bad.
But it's okay.
Well, if you bought a gun, you should really consider doing like a safety course, or
I would have to take a safety course before I buy the gun.
Or just like shooting with me or someone who knows how to operate it.
I know how to operate a gun.
Because at one point when I was shooting with Oscar, bro, the gun jammed. And Oscar freaked out and was like, jammed. I was like, keep it down range.
Call someone over.
Yeah.
Put it down.
And even at one point, because I never shot that model of gun before, I didn't know how to unjam it. So I had to get the person.
I wouldn't even try. I would just be like, yo, like, come here.
Well, I had I was like, this lever should unjam it. And I was doing it, and it wouldn't work. And then I got the instructor, because there's always someone on duty. And I was like, hey, my gun's jammed. And he's like, it's this lever. And he's like, oh, shit. And the lever was jammed. So he just like, he pushed it with two hands, and it freed it up. So I got the right lever. I didn't want to be like smashing my hands against it, being like, like trying to have it go off or something, So, but yeah, when I was uncomfortable with it, I handed it over, and I was like, yo, this gun's jammed. I knew it's this lever to activate the release, but apparently that was the problem. It wasn't greased up right, and that's another thing too. Cleaning a gun is super important. If you don't clean your gun every time after you use it, bro, it's gonna go bad very quick.
It's like a car.
We would go hunting and or shooting, and just the next day, he's like, my dad, we'd have to clean the guns, and you'd see inside when you take off the barrel of a shotgun and look down it, there's just chunks of grease, and it's just nasty. And if you don't clean that, it builds up, and when you start shooting it, it increases the chance of the barrel actually exploding, because it chambers the gas and it shoots back at you. So if you don't get in the habit of cleaning your gun every time after you use it, it's going to eventually malfunction in a way that's going to blow off your hands.
It's like when you don't change your oil and your pistons start misfiring and then your car dies.
Thanks, Josh. But yes, it's exactly like that. I mean, it really is. It's like anything, except for because the stakes are a little higher with like life and death. Like, you will lose a hand if it goes off in your hand and it doesn't eject the shell properly. Because all that bullets are, all that guns are, is controlled tiny explosions. Yep. That's it.
With high velocity metal.
That's aimed in a direction.
We should go paintballing.
I'm down.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I keep saying that, bro. I'm so down. I think it'd be great because I think
it's like real life Call of Duty for me.
Yeah, because for you, it's like you need to get a good taste of what it is, bro. It's not going to be anything like Call of Duty.
I think it would be.
It's not.
I've watched like people like airsoft videos. I don't know if you've ever watched people go airsofting. They're pretty like fucking.
Those are different though. Those are different from paintballing for sure.
It's the same idea, but because like people that go airsofting, they're kind of fucking sad. Because they're grown ass men
so seriously,
didn't go in the military.
Well,
but
a lot of the ones that I know were from the military. But yeah, go on.
It's like they have
this blue one's looking at me, and I'm hungry.
Real fucking, well, not like real, but like actual fucking tactical rifles, but airsoft guns, and they cost like $1,400.
Yeah, they cost more than real guns at some point.
It's like, first of all, why the fuck? It's a toy. For 14-year-old children to shoot at cans in their backyard.
It's going to be the same thing when you become 50 years old, bro, and you still play video games. And everyone's going to look at you and be like, wow, that's so sad. Why do you play video games?
That's assuming I still play video games at 50.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's the same idea of, like, this was the thing they did as a hobby in their 20s, and now it's like, wow, you're old as fuck. And like
I could quit at any time.
Like Mike Tyson's 50 and going into his next fight, right? And when Mike Tyson was coming up, 50, you couldn't fight at 50, but now it's like the game's just different. People who really are into it, they really do it, and they make sure they're in season, they're in practice, and they stay healthy because that's what they want to do.
And they treat it super tactically.
Yeah, and they treat it super real.
Camping, losers, run and gun, do it for fun.
You're out in 2 minutes, bro, and those rounds go long.
They do. They take for fucking ever.
Because people learn, they go out and run and gun, and like, man, I just paid $50 for this round, and I was out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's me.
So do what you want to do, man. But I promise you, it's not gonna be what it's like. It's not like Call of Duty.
Let me live, man. Okay,
Then live, but you're gonna die if you run and gun. That's just the facts.
I would treat it differently. I know it's not an arcade shooter.
You would learn to treat it differently.
I don't have infinite lives. I know I only have one.
Mm-hmm.
I play that game mode differently.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, though.
I know when it's appropriate to run and gun and play.
It's like when you're playing Grand Theft Auto and you're like stealing cars and crashing cars, but when you're behind the wheel of your car, it's just like, oh, this is real life. I probably shouldn't just crash into Denny's.
Probably.
Because it's the consequence. It's the consequence of insurance or just pain that would hurt, right? I mean, like, it would.
Maybe.
It'd be a huge thing.
Fuck.
Nice, you're terrible.
I missed.
It'd be a huge thing of your life that
There we go.
you now have to learn how to balance and control. And if you can't do that, you know, it's not like Grand Theft Auto. We just flip a car and then go to the next one. It's like you save for a year, ride your bike to work, like I did.
After you don't change your oil.
After you don't change your oil, and then
It's so slimy after.
yeah, I'm not gonna eat mine after. That's gross as hell.
That went in so fast. It's so smooth.
It smells like a dirty house in Arizona.
It tastes amazing.
That's awful. Here, you can have mine if you want. I'm about to finish this.
That's actually a really good idea. Gummy worms.
Can
It's
I
on
get-
the fucking. It's on the fucking. I don't know what is the mouthpiece.
I'm awesome.
What?
Can I get the what's the flavor you recommended?
Strawberry.
Maybe strawberry.
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 Well, I gotta stab this can really quick.
We've been doing really good at not talking about anything on the.
I tried to reference one of your notes. I don't know if you picked up on it. When
I didn't.
I said the first time.
Do you want me
I said the first time you had a beer.
you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's what you got.
So
We've just been going on for 20 minutes about gun safety.
yeah, really, I know. How was that?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wing, hot
Please
dog
God,
and
fucking no.
bologna. So I'm playing this game with my friend Ryan right now, Jack and Daxter. It's
I
a
was gonna say,
game.
you're playing games without me?
Yeah, bro. I tried inviting you, and you just don't want to play.
I thought it was a multiplayer game that's different.
No, chill.
I know. That's why, okay. I backed off.
For me, it's super nostalgic because it's Jack and Daxter, and it's the game I really grew up on. Like,
Childhood.
everyone's got that game they played, you know, with cousins or whatever.
I don't.
All right, but like, you picked up like hardcore music from your cousins, right? Like,
That's different. That's not a video game.
still though, it's like it's a part of you.
Sure.
So this video game is like I very much see as a part of me,
Okay.
and like to go back and play it with one of my best friends is like a great. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna try this and then I'll throw one in there if I don't like it. But,
Put the green in the green.
okay, and then I'm gonna guess the red in the red. It's gonna be the blue.
You
and
don't
red
have
one.
to.
It fizzes.
Yeah. It's the chemical reaction.
And it's really nice to go back through this game with my friend, and he doesn't know what's going on half the time. Meanwhile, I can beat the entire game in like 6 hours. Like I could go really quick and 100% it.
And how fast is the any percent run?
It's like 15
You
minutes.
said 12 at Ryan's house. You liar.
That's like 15.
No, it's not. It's not even close to like 15.
Whatever. Let's say 12 minutes, just to shut this guy up.
Which Jack and Daxter game?
Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy.
Is that 1, 2, or 3, motherfucker?
It's Precursor Legacy.
What is that? The first one in the series?
Type it in and you'll find out, motherfucker.
Just tell me Jack 1, 2, or 3.
No.
Then I can't Google it properly.
It's literally the title of the game. Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy. Precursor meaning before.
So it's the first one of the series.
Yes, dipshit, type it in.
Why are you being a piece of shit about it?
Because you could say Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I'd be like, is that the first one? Or the... just type it in. Who cares? Anyway. So anyway, it's really nice to sit down with my friend, and he doesn't know what's going on. And it makes me re-enjoy it, because I have to take my time, and like, it feels like I get to watch someone like solve the puzzles or the games that I grew up on. And it made me kind of realize, I just have it written down. Hang on.
Read word for word what you wrote.
Okay, so it's pretty clunky.
Any percent is 16 minutes and 35 seconds. That's a world record.
So suck my cock, bro. I said like 15 minutes, and it was...
at Ryan's house, you said 12, so you're a liar.
All right, well, blow me.
No.
So what I have written down word for word, because...
don't edit it. Read exactly what you fucking wrote.
Gaming nostalgia with Ryan. Enjoying watching him try to figure out the level, even though I know I can do it. Evolution. I feel like if that's not what you feel like when teaching oh, okay. So what I was saying was like...
Finish it.
Okay.
Like they're broken English.
Yeah, right. I feel like if that's not what you feel like when you teach someone something, you shouldn't be a teacher. In such a cruel... that's actually a separate note. But basically what I'm saying is like... I've had a lot of bad teachers, and I feel like a lot of people who teach math or science or whatever, they just do it because it's the field they're specialized in. But like, I'm really enjoying going back with my friend playing this game, and even though he's struggling with it from time to time, it's like really cool to see how he like kind of like conquers the level of the mission and understands it, because it's one of those things like I really enjoy it, and I like seeing someone else play it and enjoy it. And I'm thinking like, when it comes to music or anything, unless you see someone struggle with it and know the answer and enjoy it, then you shouldn't be a teacher. Because I've had a lot of teachers who are just like, this is the answer, how is this hard? Because they understand it, but they don't appreciate that we're learning it we're doing it for the first time.
So in Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, Jak 1,
Mm-hmm.
What is an orb?
An orb is an egg-shaped thing that's used as currency.
Do you need them?
You need it, yes.
The orbless category, the record is an hour and 1 minute. So no orbs.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't fucking know.
I gotta look that up,
That's
because...
the leaderboard. Those are all the categories.
Because, well, long story short, Ryan and I are deciding to 100% it.
Okay, so that 100% record is like an hour and something.
That's crazy.
But
we're not doing skips or anything. I'm doing like 6 hours by myself.
See,
so I think that's pretty top tier.
When Ryan and I did a full playthrough,
but I 100% it.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time in a single day, I used speed strats. I skipped a whole bunch of shit. I sequence broke the fuck out of that.
I wouldn't do that. I like playing the game.
I mean, we still played the game. We still we did all the dungeons and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I just sequence broke it. I did it out of order.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna try this beer before.
Do it.
Yeah.
And like, even playing Resident Evil 4, still I did like
strawberry is good.
Speed strats.
Throw it.
Granted, I didn't do like the main speed strat of Resident Evil 4, the Ditman glitch.
But you shot every boss with a fucking RPG.
Yeah, speed strats. It's one of the things, like, as soon as you watch speedrunning, it kind of ruins how you play video games.
It really does, because it
opens up a new lens, like how to see things.
Yeah, you being a gamer and being like, oh, it's just hit stun. Like, for me, you ruined me with Smash, bro. Because you look at games now. I look at games now in the way I was just like, oh, what's like the hitbox?
Frame data.
What's the hitbox? What's the frame data? And like, what else could happen?
Use your invincibility frames.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. And like, as cool as that is, it really does kind of take away from the game. It ruins it. It really does. And like, that's what I don't like, because like I'm going through playing these games. We're in 100% the whole series. So I have 100%. I get 100% 1 in 3 easily because I cheat. I found a speed strat cheat on number 3, and that's that. But number 2 is really hard to 100%.
Let's see what the record is.
I'm sure the record's pretty fine. Should I just keep reading notes? Because I don't know if that sparked a conversation, but... Don't be a teacher unless you love it. You gotta love what you do.
What is Jack 2 called?
Jack 2.
This is just Jack 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking boring. They had the Precursor Legacy and this is Jack 2.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was...
They just gave up.
Yeah. If you play the games, you'll understand they definitely modeled it just
3
for
hours,
boys.
46 minutes.
That's pretty good. I beat it. I mean, I still beat it in 600%. I didn't 100% it.
And
it's like 90%.
is 55 minutes. Played
Yeah,
as fast as possible.
I couldn't do that.
Any percent hoverless, hour and 4.
What's hoverless?
I don't know. It's probably a glitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the weird thing too, because like when I hear speed strats, it's like you get all these categories, and it's like if you do one thing differently, it puts you in a completely different category.
Well, I mean, there's usually any percent, and there's any percent glitchless, which is like no major glitches. So like
the one glitch I do agree with is like loading glitches. Like the one thing I did for Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, you can load a game and then restart the console during the intro, and it's like a 6-minute intro movie. If you restart the console, it'll restart in like...
It's like dialogue skip.
Yeah, exactly. So like those I get.
That's not even a glitch.
That's what I'm saying. Those I get because it's just loading it from a save point.
Yeah, that's...
That much I'm like, sure, go for it. That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how the game functions.
I do that in Borderlands all the time.
Yeah, I've done that a few times too.
But like, so in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, from my perspective in 2015, the any percent category, you'd wrong warp to Ganon's castle after the fight at the top of the castle, and you'd have to go down the castle before, as it's crumbling down to the ground. That record was like 17 minutes.
It's nuts.
And to do it glitchless,
It's blowing my mind how just throwing a gummy worm in here changes
it's
like...
the sugar.
It's nice though.
It is nice. And
You just need sugar.
the glitchless without doing the wrong warp to get to the end of the game from the beginning of the game was still like an hour. So like 17 minutes with a major glitch, skipping the whole ass game.
Mm. But see, to me,
Versus
that's
an hour.
not playing the game. That's glitching the game.
It's still a mastercraft. Because
To figure it out, sure. I think
you could not do the glitch. You could not do it.
I can't do the Jack and Daxter ones for sure.
Exactly.
They're hard as fuck. I could do.
It's a mastercraft.
There's. I
It
think I
takes a
told Ryan,
lot of practice to do
I
it.
told Ryan this. There is 6 major skips in Jack and Daxter. I can do 2 of them,
And a lot of them,
and it's really fucking hard to get.
and a
even
lot of them
one.
are frame perfect.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, they're really fucking hard. I'm not taking away from it. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
100%.
it's one of those things. Like, you're just glitching the game. You're not like playing it. Arguably,
That's old school mindset.
that's what I'm saying though. Like, arguably, it's like, I'm fine with being old school, man. I'm not old school.
You are old school. That's an old school mindset.
I mean, I do only play on PlayStation 2. I'm pretty fucking...
It's pretty fucking old
Elder.
school when it's on the PlayStation 4 and the same ass game.
PlayStation 4, they remastered it though, so it looks really pretty. Like
Same
on
game.
my, but on my screen, it's all like blurry because it's all
Trash.
wanting a 4:3 format. In Ryan's console, you can have 16:9, so it's like
Standard HD.
yeah, so it's standard HD, so it looks really good.
Yeah, it's like
And we're blowing through it, man.
it's like I was playing Final Fantasy X, the HD remaster, and I was following an any percent guide on a Google Doc, like side by side, to like beat boss fights, and it worked out pretty fucking well. I'm only like...
I mean, the way I saw you play Resident Evil, bro, no doubt. I mean, the boss fight hack alone.
It's not even a hack.
I know,
just
but
like,
it's genius.
It's an oversight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's genius. The fact that someone found that out, genius.
Yeah, and the fact that
I'm not
you
taking
can-
away from it. I'm just
and the
saying.
fact that you can buy an RPG
Mhm.
at literally any point in the game and just hold on to it for any
As long
sort of
as you need.
occasion. That game is broken.
And that's
It's
what I'm saying.
stupid. It's fucking stupid.
And then also the thing that you do where it's like shoot him in the head twice, kick him, stab him, save ammo.
Shoot him in the knee once, kick him.
That I get. I totally get that. That in my mind though, that's game mechanic. That's just good strategy.
Efficiency.
Yeah, that's just good strategy. When you start doing like on Jack and Daxter, all the major skips, bro, they require out of bounds, and
That's not bad.
And load points. I don't think it's bad, but it's one of those things like, how do you find that out? Like, you really gotta. Well, in Jack and Daxter, I know they sit in debug mode.
It's a lot of collaboration between people, so it's not just one person finds glitches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole like group of people, and so it's also just a combination of shit. It's like, okay, well, collision is really bad in this game, so maybe we can run across this wall seam and breach through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with older games where it's really easy to see seams because the resolution is so low and the game is like 35 megabytes.
That's the thing too with Jack and Daxter. They're like, go to this place, and unless you see this rock, then the second chapter of the game hasn't loaded. And if it hasn't loaded, go back and redo it until that rock shows up. And when that rock shows up, save the game, load the game, and then you should be halfway through that level.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at a wall and the textures will line up and there'll be a very fine line in between them where you can see that it's two textures meeting.
Well, that's where it's when they design the game.
And it's like, you can probably clip through that.
Gotcha.
You just got to do the right inputs that have to be frame perfect. And if a game runs, those games probably didn't run at 60 FPS back in the day. So it runs at 30, so it's easy to hit.
Mm-hmm. So it's less frames is what you're saying.
Yes. So it's less frames, so it's a higher percentage of chance you'd hit it.
Gotcha.
If the game runs at 60, it's half as hard.
That's the thing too.
If you're running the game at like 300 frames, well, you're never going to hit that trick.
People who do the speedrunning on Jack and Daxter on PC, they say to drop it to 60. Because it runs at 30, 60, and 120.
120, you're never going to hit any frame perfect trick.
Dude, also 120 is like, you don't need to fucking see Jack and Daxter in 120 frames a second. Like,
no, that's too fluid.
It's like one of those things, you don't need to see that game in that fast.
No. I've never played it.
I've invited you, man.
I know.
I said, be a part of my life, and you were like,
it's
not as gay.
It's a single player game.
We switch off.
I'd rather play a multiplayer
like I did with my family when we were poor.
I'd rather play a multiplayer game.
Like X-Men?
Like X-Men.
That game's not that good, though.
You're right. It's not, but
granted, but at least we all play it.
We are in the first act.
Ryan didn't even play it.
He didn't, because we only have 3 controllers.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
I thought we have 4.
No.
Why don't you just bring your other ones?
I would have to do that. I'd have to bring one more.
Let's do that, because I need a longer cable.
Scoot the chair forward like you usually do when we play Nintendo.
Then I'll be sitting on Raul's toes, bro. There's no room in Ryan's room.
Ryan, get a couch.
Ryan, get a couch. You have any notes, or should I just hit the next note? Because
I've got nothing going into this.
All right, I want to get all my notes cleared up. So I'm just gonna fucking throw these out there.
That'd be a one-word answer. Do it. Lightning round.
Love is kind of just the first thing you like. Video games, women, drugs. I drank alcohol and I've smoked weed, and I really like drinking.
You have to read it as you wrote it.
I am.
No, you said alcohol.
I rarely like drinking, but imagine I'm terrible at typing. Sorry if I correct the words.
And you turned off his autocorrect like a fucking idiot.
Because autocorrect could put in the wrong complete. Okay, so here's the thing: when I'm typing a text message and I say, "Ha, let's kick it at 10 o'clock," and autocorrect would be like, "Ha, let's make it at 10 o'clock." And people would send me that fucking question mark response. And I hate that. Because people are like, what? I can't fucking function as a normal human being and assume what you're probably trying to say.
So just be cognizant of
no,
when you're
fuck
typing.
Them. Stop sending me fucking question marks.
And be able to go back and proofread what you wrote.
Here's the thing. I had a problem. People send me question marks. And I turned off my autocorrect. And people stopped sending me question marks back. Because people see it and they're like, oh, it's misspelt, but only by a letter. I can assume what he's saying, and
Dad's home.
And then they can know what I'm saying. So I'm not changing it. Autocorrect is off. Fuck autocorrect.
Do what you want.
What I was saying. All right. Yeah, It's just me misspelling a bunch of words, bro. Do you really want me to read it?
I'll read it. Let me read it.
I'll read it.
I'll do it justice.
I read Cthulhu, so I'm smarter now.
What'd you think about that?
It's not bad. I was kind of hoping to talk about it.
Let's do it. You read The Call of Cthulhu. I sent you a text saying there is a movie.
Love is kind's just the forced thing you like. Video games, women, drugs. I drank alcohol before I ever smoked weed. I rarely like drinking, but imagine if my first time was mushrooms or salvia. I would drink a beer and feel bored, like where are the aliens?
That's how he.
Are you happy?
That's how he fucking.
I'm
types.
stupid. I can't type for shit.
That's how he
My
fucking
brain
writes.
goes very, very fast, and my fingers go very, very slow, and I cannot type. Let's talk about the book, I guess.
So, Call of Cthulhu,
Yeah.
written in 1929 by H.P. Lovecraft.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first books of the Cthulhu mythos.
We should have came in wanting to talk about this, not an hour.
Besides the point. It's a pretty good book.
Really good book.
It reads as a documentary.
It's okay. So let me air out my frustration with the book.
Sure.
It's 60 pages, 62 pages.
Yeah.
Really short.
It's a short story.
Which isn't bad, because that's actually the main reason I started reading it. But my biggest issue is that there's a lot of really big words and a lot of really unnecessary adjectives.
And to answer that, it was written in 1929, converted in from Old English.
Okay, but do you agree? Like, there's a ton of, like,
Yes.
really big words and a lot of, like, really unnecessary adjectives. It'll be like the big, shadowy, colossal, gigantic, enormous shadow. And it's like, bro, you could just say one of those. It's fine.
See, that's why you're not a writer.
Yeah, because that's fucking boring, bro. That takes me out of it. I remember reading a whole page describing the box that he found. Because there's the box that he finds, right? Of, like, his dad's, like, past research or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, this embossed texture on the case, and then he describes it for like a page and a half, and it's like, bro, I get it, just say it's a rough box, like, move on. And in my mind, it's all filler. It's like, fucking, you wrote a 62 page book, you could really write that whole story in 40 pages and just dumb it down just a little bit with words, and it'd still be a good story because the story's still good. It's just you're taking away from the story when you're adding all this fucking excess fat to it.
I expected it. I didn't expect H.P. Lovecraft to be like take place in the United States.
I was in London.
They were in fucking Louisiana for part of it.
Yeah, but the main thing happens in London.
Most of it takes place in the United States.
I disagree.
I disagree with you.
Read the book again, then.
Well, I'll look over it again.
It's all in London, bro.
Because like they're in like the Louisiana.
He moves to Chicago, and then
Because they're in the Louisiana swamps, and there's the fucking cult there in the swamps.
Okay, so he moves. No. Okay, so yeah, in the beginning, he moves to Chicago with the box of shit that his dad left of his research. He starts going through it, and then he goes to London to research the people who were involved.
And then they come back.
No, I'm pretty sure it stops after in London.
I think the whole
He
story
stops in the ferry.
is told as a recollection.
Sure.
Because
That's what stories are.
No. It's like I say it reads like a documentary. It sounds like someone is just like, have you seen Titanic?
Yes.
They start the movie with the fucking old lady and be like, what was your experience on the it's fucking Rose, and she's like, how was the Titanic? And then it goes back.
The water was cold.
And then they go through the whole ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just the intro.
But that's not how it starts. It doesn't start at the end like that.
That's the beginning. That's not the end.
What are we doing?
I think the Call of Cthulhu starts as a whole recollection of this dude being like, we have all these things. Let me tell you about why I'm kind of crazy right now.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's my takeaway. So this dude, hang on, fucking.
I almost got it. It's right there.
We're gonna die alone.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
So basically,
I need to stab the can.
this guy.
Did you finish that?
No, I'm almost done.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty drunk already.
You gotta
so.
give me the gummy worm.
Oh, you want the gummy worm when you're done?
Yeah.
Cool.
Every time.
So basically, this guy's dad dies, and he gets this box of files.
Knickknacks.
Yeah.
Knick-knack, paddywhack. You're talking about. Why?
You haven't been this dumb since you started drinking. Since you started drinking.
Why did I think of that? It just slaps right in. It's so smooth.
That's some gay shit. So basically, this guy buys this. His dad dies, and he inherits this box of stuff.
Of knickknacks.
And one of the boxes is locked.
Give the dog a bone. Sorry.
And he moves to Chicago. I forget why, but he moves to Chicago. He's like, that's the setting. He's like in a new place in Chicago, and he's just reading through these files. And as he's reading through these files, it tells the story of him going to visit the people that his dad worked with, investigating some medical anomalies that his dad's coworkers have experienced.
Madness.
Yeah, essentially. For those who don't know, Cthulhu
makes you go crazy.
Makes you go insane. And a lot of these people that Cthulhu interacts with, he's like a shadow. He goes crazy, and then they just keep repeating his name.
But he does have a physical body.
He does have a physical body, and he gets released at the end.
Yes, that was
So-
fucking amazing.
And that's honestly the best part. Is the ending was actually really good. And I'll get to the ending and why I liked it. I'm not done yet. What do you? Oh, get the green one. Get the green one on the right. On the right. No. Just eat that one. What the fuck are you doing? Don't raise the gummy worm, motherfucker.
I can't see that far.
So basically, he keeps having in my mind it's flashbacks.
Yeah, I see that.
But then at the end of it, he ends up going to London because he's reading these reports from his dad and his colleagues.
Yeah, it's all past recollection.
Yeah, so he can't obviously be there for the people who are in the mental hospitals.
Yeah.
But he ends up going because he needs to find the key to this box or whatever. So he ends up going to London to find this lady, I believe, who has a key, and the only way to get to her is on a ferry somewhere.
And they have the statue of Cthulhu.
And they have the statue of Cthulhu, but that ends up being part of the key or something, right?
I don't fucking.
Anyway,
I'm illiterate. I can't read.
Anyway, they open the box and he reads, and he gets the last piece of the story, which is how a bunch of sailors find. Spoiler alert. How a bunch of sailors essentially find Cthulhu's crypt.
The city.
Yeah, so there's this secret cult trying to revive Cthulhu.
Well, he's not dead, but he's just asleep. He's asleep.
Well, they're trying to free him. Let's just say that. They're trying to free Cthulhu from this chamber.
Yes.
And eventually the cult kind of goes away, and then the sailors stumble upon this door, and
It's a rock.
No, there's doors.
Oh, I remember just a rock.
There was doors that fell inward.
A rock. There's a rock somewhere.
There's a rock. It's an island, but yeah.
A rock.
But basically, yeah, the doors fell inward after searching for it because they couldn't open the doors. They found out the doors fell inward and not outward.
This is like a Hawaiian punch. It's the best flavor yet.
It's the
Out
worst.
of all four, this is the best one.
That's the worst. It's
love
super thick and
I like
chalky.
Okay, Cthulhu.
The doors fall inward, and the sailors release him at the exact hour, minute, and day that the cult was trying to. So they're saying, and the son who has all this research is like, holy shit, he realizes Cthulhu's still out in the world, all the sailors are out there, and he's like, everyone who's found this knowledge ends up getting killed. So it's only a matter of time before I get killed. And then he starts to say, go ahead.
I don't think that they got killed. I think they just killed themselves.
Sure. I think
They ended up just dying.
Yeah.
Because the insanity just drove them mad and they just committed suicide.
Yeah, but I think he's saying, no matter how I die, this is what was important to me. Because the ending was, he was like, now that I know this, he's like, my time has come. He's like, there's no saying how long I have left, but I know that I don't have a long
Because once you
time.
know about Cthulhu,
Because once you learn about Cthulhu, you're going to die.
Yeah, eventually.
And he's like, but the good news is, and it was like this weird, like, calm, accepting statement that I really liked. It was like, and this is like, and I said to Josh, I was texting him, I was like, that's kind of something I've lived by too, is like, the good news is like, so I guess me personally, I try not to get mad because I feel like if anyone doesn't understand something, it's just because they're not at that point in life yet, you know?
Fair.
And I try to be patient and say, you know what, like, the kids who would give us stupid names at Pizza Rev and expect us to shout it out.
I got a Jean Kui once.
Sure.
That's cool.
But like people like that, when they do that, I'm like, all right, well, like, they still have a lot of life to live and honestly a lot to suffer.
Some kid wanted us to yell John Cena.
Yeah, I did it once or twice, but then it got old. Long story short, I've always felt like I can do this thing, but at the end of the day, like, they're not going to know because they didn't have to work a job to where they had to pay rent. They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do a bunch of things they didn't want to do because they didn't have to do them. And I'm doing all these things because I have to do them. So at some point when some kid's like, just shout John Cena, it'd be funny. It's like, no, it's not funny anymore. It's like, you're the third or fourth person to make me do it today. I'm over it. And they get mad at me. And in my mind, it's like, just be patient with those people because they just don't know any better. They still need to learn. And that's what I think the message is at the end of the book. It's like, yo, even though someone comes in and kills you, they're almost putting you out of the misery you know you're entitled to. So if someone came in and killed you, they'd still have to live their life in suffering. Whereas they're almost letting you go and live free. The sweet escape of death or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think anyone killed them. It was just they killed themselves.
No. I don't know, but in the end of the book, he's like, if I get killed, that's the beauty of it. He's like, because he says, that's the point. It's like, if someone came to kill me right now for knowing the things that I know, they'd only be setting me free. And they would still have to live on this earth with Cthulhu and all the madness he brings. That's the idea. It's like, I know all this. I know everything. I know everything grim and dark that will ever happen. If you killed me, you would only set me free.
That makes sense.
And that's what I'm saying. That's like a beautiful statement to say before you die. Because it's like, if you do kill me, then I'm free. And if you don't kill me, then I suffer with you. But I know the suffering's going to happen. And I know it's going to happen to me, and I know it's going to happen to you. So it's one of those things, like, you can kill me, and you could suffer alone, or we could both sit here and suffer together.
It makes me want to read more. I just need to get the book.
Get the next... I'll read another 60-page book, bro. I killed it in 2 hours.
We need to go to Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. Noble.
Because they sell the collection of all the Cthulhu mythos in one book.
Well, there's like 6 of them or something, right?
Like $25.
It's not bad. It's cheap.
Really fucking good. And it's in stock. It's in Westlake. We just gotta go. It's kind of far, but...
Not that far, bro.
I can't drive right now. They're closed.
I can't drive right now either. I gotta take a piss.
Well, you gotta wait.
I know. I could wait, but...
I think what ruined the book for me is, one, I'm illiterate. I can't...
Ruin the book, though?
Seeing the Smite model. What's up? I can't drive you. Sorry. My dad's trying to buy a car right now. And so
hilarious.
He would rely on us to drive him there so he could go buy the vehicle.
I love your dad.
And then I could drive home. But, we're recording a show, so I can't drive him. And, I drink too much. So he was like, motherfuckers.
I can drive after this.
That's not wise. But regardless. So I think what ruined, so the description of Cthulhu, I think... Okay, so we play a game called Smite. And Smite has Cthulhu in it now. And called The Call of Cthulhu, the book we read by H.P. Lovecraft, describes Cthulhu in a very specific way and was pulled from Smite.
Was it really?
Yes, to design Cthulhu.
From the H.P. Lovecraft book?
Yes. That is why Cthulhu looks the way he is.
I was saying, that looks really... I mean, the way they describe it is really accurate, too.
Yes.
It matches...
They pulled it...
It matches H.P. Lovecraft
exactly. It's a direct from 1-to-1.
Yeah, the wings, the tentacle head, and everything.
Yeah, so I whenever, Cthulhu was brought up, I would just look in my head. I would look at the Cthulhu model from Smite and be like, okay, yeah, cool. This green dude, big wings, squid head, drop the Eldritch Mire, and whatnot. And if I didn't know he was in Smite at all and didn't see this model, I think I would have had a completely different experience.
I think I would have the same one. I think they described it very well.
HP did a very good job at creating this monster.
Mm-hmm.
He did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
For like a one-off.
Well, he didn't over adjective him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like...
No, he did it very simply.
Squid head, human body, big wings.
Yes. Draconic wings.
Yeah.
Squid head.
Mm-hmm.
And a very...
three main
very
functions.
Big body.
Yeah. And I think it was... Yeah, I think I would have imagined it just as the way I did from Smite.
Every time Cthulhu was brought up, I just thought of Smite.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I saw that.
Kind of ruined it, because, like, I already knew what he looked like, and whenever they described him, I was like, oh, because I watched, like, the God announcement, the lore videos behind it, so the Call of Cthulhu and the Smite lore video are, like, they line up. They're basically the same thing. They're leaving right now.
I was going to say, they're going to go buy that car.
They're going to go buy that car. So they line up, and so whenever, like, they were describing it or going over anything Cthulhu related, like, it would just pull back to the Smite video, and I was like, okay, well, I have this prior knowledge going in.
Mm. That's, I mean, I don't know, man. I like
Which is why I want to expand on the mythos and read the other books that relate to it.
Well, they also, didn't they mention Tyr at one point? They mentioned Tyr and some other gods.
That's Nordic. That's way off.
But no. I know it's Nordic, but I know it's not the same mythos. But it's like it was as scary as seeing Tyr, or like they mentioned other gods, and they're like it's like staring into your death.
I don't remember.
Like as if you were to meet Tyr.
We'll try to look at it later.
Okay.
See if you can find it for me.
Yeah, I mean I got the book. I wanted to highlight shit, but it's like.
You can. Doesn't matter.
I didn't want it. It's your book.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to read it ever again.
I know. It's like once it's done, right?
Yeah. I can't read a book twice. I don't know. I don't understand how people can do that.
Mm-hmm. But like, could you watch a movie twice?
It depends on the movie. I've seen Borat twice.
But yeah. I mean, so yeah, you can.
Yeah. It really depends
and
on
you
the
still
movie.
Laughed and loved it. You still...
Yeah. I mean, it's also been fucking 14 years.
You don't think you can go back and read a book in 20 years and be like, oh, shit. No.
Also, one, I can't read.
Not even just like subtleties.
No. One, I can't read. Two, I don't fucking remember what I read, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Three, if it's a movie adaptation, if I've seen the movie, I can't watch it again.
I think it could be a really good movie. The Call of Cthulhu.
So
I think they make a really.
I sent
good
you a
movie.
text message. You didn't respond to it.
Did I not?
No, but it was also the autocorrect kind of fucked it. There is a movie
autocorrect sucks.
that was made in this January 2020.
Oh, I guess the movie came out Tide July. Call you see water that has Cthulhu in it.
It's called Underwater.
Okay, yeah. So autocorrect did fuck you right there.
It did fuck me. It fucked me hard.
That's probably why I didn't respond. I was like, what the fuck?
The bitch from Twilight, whatever her name is, she's in it. Bella. That's her character's name from Twilight. I don't remember her real name.
Sorry.
Who cares? She's in it, but apparently Cthulhu's in this movie because it's like it takes place in a very.
You want to start watching Twilight?
No.
You want to get into Twilight, dog?
No, my grandma loves Twilight. It takes place in like an underwater drilling facility, and they drill too far, and they unlock Cthulhu. And so...
Well, that's kind of the same idea of, like, the sailors finding his...
They find the rock, and then they go on the rock.
They open the doors at the exact same time, day, and hour of... You know, and I think that's beautiful, too, because it's
the
like...
Colton, Louisiana swamps.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful because it's like, it's one of those things, like, it was written so it is written so it shall be. It's like, even the cult couldn't do this thing, but the fact of, like, this being written, it's just gonna happen. There's no running from like fate or like destiny. It might not be the cult, but it will be the sailors who know of the cult and like stole from them and like found their map or whatever. You know, it's like it's one of those things like, oh shit, That's cool as fuck.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think he's actually named in the movie, but he takes place in the movie like towards the end. He's not like a main figure, but there's a monster, and it's kind of assumed to be Cthulhu. I think I read the synopsis on Wikipedia because we were talking about like why isn't there like Cthulhu movies, or like there should be movies, because the book reads like a documentary.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a really good
so
movie.
much. It'd be a
really good movie.
It'd be a very good movie. Even if you just do a 1-for-1 adaptation, it's already
it's written like a movie.
It's already written,
it's written like a
fucking
screenplay.
movie. It's done so well. Like 1-to-1 direct adaptation would be perfect.
Maybe that's how movies started. Someone was just like reading and they're like, "Man, this would be great as a movie." And then like some film director got it and was like, "I'm gonna change everything."
No, this is 1929 H.P. Lovecraft Call of Cthulhu 1-to-1 movie adaptation. Perfect.
It'd be amazing. It would be really great.
It's already
I've
done
even got
for
a vision
you.
in my head.
It's
for
already done for you. It's an hour long, hour and fucking 20 minutes. Go for it. It's already done for you.
And you know what I thought about too is Lyndon did like some college projects for like film and stuff. And I was like, wouldn't it be great if like college students like tried to do their own adaptation of a book for like a final project or something? Wouldn't that be fucking cool?
That would be fucking cool.
So like, what if instead of like waiting for like that script, you just took a book and we just made like this fucking adaptation into a movie? It's just 1-for-1.
CGI like that.
No, sure, but like we'd figure it out.
The costume budget would be amazing because it's from 1930.
I mean, yeah, even then, if you wanted to do like stylistically, like what if it was a movie written and produced in 1930 with the budget of just like cover this guy in a, what are the gully suits and swamp and shit? Like, it could be done for sure.
It can be done.
Even, and here's the thing too, when I was watching Legion, a lot of the things, people who like time travel, when they time travel, it's not like just like you snap your fingers and you time travel. It's like they go into a room or a hallway and everything's a symbol. So what if instead of making it like Cthulhu, we just made it like a symbol? Like it's just a necklace.
Well, they have the statuette. They have that.
That's
they
what I'm
have
saying.
that.
We don't
the
have
effigy.
We don't have to have Cthulhu actually present in the film.
Yeah, but that'd be boring.
Sure, it'd be better with CGI, but I'm saying like we didn't have CGI in the book, so like why not just make it really good and implicit?
The carved statue.
Yeah, it could be the carved statue, and that's what makes you go crazy.
That is a recurring
because the spirit is in their statue. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like college students could do that, and I'm like, that'd make a great film if like college students, because I've seen some of the films they did. Like, it's like someone who knows how to operate the camera, some people who are moderately actors.
Joel. If you're still watching.
I don't think. Does Joel watch this?
So when the page was created, he commented, "Where's the content?" And we didn't have content yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
But if he's kept up with
I love it
at all,
he said, "Where's the fucking?"
Reach out to your Hollywood
Where's
friends.
Where's the fucking content?
Make a Cthulhu movie. Edit that shit, dude. Come on, that'd be perfect. Call of Cthulhu. All you have to do is contact the H.P. Lovecraft estate, get the rights to it. It's a direct. It's already written as a documentary.
It is really well written as
it's
a
a
book.
direct 1-to-1
Just
adaptation.
too many adjectives.
That helps. That helps for a movie adaptation.
Sure, but it's as a reader, it makes it kind of dreary and drab.
I liked it,
and lackluster.
and I can't read, and I liked it.
I guess. I mean, it did really make me feel proud that I'd read a book, and I was like, oh shit, this all makes sense.
You read a short story. It's not a book. It's a short story.
You
don't read a novel.
No. I mean, a novel could be 60 pages.
No, it can't.
No.
It's a short story at that point. It is a short story.
It touched my lip, just so you know. So when you eat it, it's like you're sucking my face.
We've kissed before.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks
for reminding me.
New Year's parties and whatnot.
My drunk ass.
Do you regret it?
I mean...
I don't.
Okay.
Ow! I cut myself.
You regret that?
No.
No. Never.
No regrets.
No.
But I did cut myself.
Are you bleeding?
A little bit. The show must go on, folks.
Doesn't have to. I gotta piss real bad.
Oh, yeah. See, there it is.
Oh,
It's coming.
bloody hell.
You didn't even fucking finish the drink. There's still drink in here.
Well, when the fucking gummy worm touched my tongue, I was like, nope. Shit's over.
I had to fish it out.
That's
of
gay.
I can't even grab
It's
it.
like a dick through a
It's so
can.
slippery.
It's so gross because I see just like all the fucking sugar's gone.
It's just a slimy little.
Yeah, it's just a
And-
slimy little fucking. It's literally just like the grossest little worm you've ever seen.
So this is the first podcast where we've ever bled.
You.
One of us.
Fair enough.
Besides the point. Cthulhu is pretty cool. There
Good story.
are actually multiple movies about Cthulhu. I think those
Nice.
keys weren't attached to my belt. I thought they were. So we should probably watch Underwater at some point just to check it out.
Is that the movie for it?
Yeah, with Bella from Twilight in it.
I'm free tonight if you are.
I want to say Emma Watson, but that's the bitch.
Love Emma
That's
Watson.
That's Hermione from Harry Potter.
I love Emma Watson.
I don't. What's her fucking name?
I really gotta pee, dude.
You can go once you tell me her name, whether you have to look it up or whatever. What is Bella from Twilight's name?
Her real name.
Her real name. I want to say Emma something.
Isabel Marie Swan. Taking a whiz.
That is not her real name. That's the character's name. Bella Swan is her name in Twilight. The actress's name.
Jacob Black.
Nope. That's the Wolfman.
Shit, these are just the character names?
Yes. You're so bad at Googling.
Real actress.
It's Emma
Name.
something. It's got to be Emma something.
Kristen James Stewart.
Kristen Stewart, that's it. That's it.
Taking
Not
a whiz.
Emma at all. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here so much. If you like this episode, please share it with a friend. It helps us a lot. Consider subscribing to the channel. You don't have to if you don't want to. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec. Thanks for hanging out with us.